We showed you last night how one of the ABC's favourite commentators, the lefty Jane Caro, got herself an electric car but couldn't find anywhere to plug it in Canberra. As I was talking about that last night, I knew someone would have liked that story when they saw it unfold on Twitter. That is, of course, the blogger to The Nation and Daily Telegraph columnist Tim Blair, who joins us now. And mate, you saw it and wrote about it for the Daily Telegraph today. It was a case of some poetic justice, wasn't it?
Well, poetic justice, but also with a great public service. Jane here has done a terrific, I think, offered terrific assistance to so many people who imagine that buying an electric car is, when swapping their petrol car away, it's just a like-for-like transition. Instead of filling your car with petrol, you fill it with sparkles. It's the same sort of deal. As she found out, it isn't the same sort of deal at all. You need apps. You need computers. You need maps to show you where to go. You need functioning electrical outputs, and often they don't work. If you're the sort of person, in other words, who, like me, occasionally needs help at the automatic checkout at the supermarket, an electric car might not be your best bet, my friend.
Apparently there was a Tesla plug, but she had another type of car. I mean, she loves cars so much, she actually changed her surname to Caro. That's how much she's into this stuff. And then there were people, strangers, offering for her to come around and plug it in at their house. That would be great.
Yes.
Recharge your car while she lectures you about private education or something.
Yeah, that'd be terrific. I think there was so many people kept suggesting the same thing. They kept saying, oh, look at your app and do a search, and then it'll tell you where the non-Tesla ones are, rather. And she's kept on saying, no, it keeps telling me to go to the hotel. And so it became a comedy sketch in print form. It was beautiful. And then at one point, though, she put God bless her, she put such a brave face on it and said, the really good thing about this car is you can just, in the end, just it's so convenient, you can just plug it into a normal PowerPoint. Well, duh. I can do that at a petrol station. Go to a petrol station with your petrol car. It's that easy.
Just get a long extension cord and take a power board with you. Not a problem. Hey, now, another great campaigner for the environment is the former Secretary of State, John Kerry, the now special envoy for the climate. He reckons the problem with the Ukraine war is not so much the fate of that nation and its people, but what it's doing for the climate. Have a look.
Lots of parts of the world are exacerbating the problem right now. But when you have bombs going off and you have damage to septic tanks or to power centers, etc., you have an enormous release of greenhouse gas, of methane, of all of the family of greenhouse gases. And the result is it's adding to the problem.
Yeah, such empathy there for the people of Ukraine, their freedom, and the children and others being killed. He's worried about the methane escaping from their septic tanks.
I'd like to see him direct some remakes of the History Channel's war documentaries that are so entertaining. On the Fox subscription service, you get to watch all of World War II all the time. But I'd like to see a version done by John Kerry which emphasises above everything else the terrible effect of climate change during that conflict. I think that's what the world is crying out for. Either that or for John Kerry to shut the hell up for once.
Honestly, yeah. Now, I mentioned at the top of the show that in Germany, Anthony Albanese has signed up to the Germany's favourite little climate action project, the Climate Club. And you've drawn to our attention the German magazine that's asking people to suggest what restrictions the government should put on them to save the planet. Like, should they ban our overseas travel? Should they stop us driving around the countryside on weekends? What is it that you want to give up to save the planet, Tim?
I'd surrender easily Albo going everywhere, because given his travel schedule over the last 12 months, you take him out of the pitch, you basically save the world. Isn't it fascinating that these people never want to give up their own sort of deal? They always want to keep that sequestered away. It's always other people have to give things up. And German intellectuals don't want to give up. Mate, OK, I will give up being a German intellectual. How's that for a bet?
And Albo can stay at the lodge, and John Kerry could stay in the US. That's it. Problem solved. Planet saved. Thanks for joining us, Tim. Thanks. I'm glad we check in, save the planet with you week after week after week.